Right, here we go. A little later than planned. The Chester Hotel in Victoria. There's masking tape on the stairs. Mirrors galore. Yeah, I wonder how long that's been going on. Wires. Obviously you were looking at the bed. My eyes have darted around the room. And my first impression, my initial impression was, this is going to be okay. That is a rusty fridge. There's a bit of rust on the radiator as well. The walls are pretty dirty. That wall's pretty grubby as well. Massive telly. The pictures, yeah, can I go in close? So that needs a good scrub as well. So that's the bathroom from a distance. Toilet, of course. Well, that's just off-putting, right? Loads of paint or grout. Shower head, bit of limescale. I've stayed in worse. That could be cleaner. Those are just for me. Green and blue flavour. From a distance, everything looks kind of okay. It's just when you get closer, you know, like that fridge and the dirt on the art, you kind of notice things, you know, like a crack in the wall, some sort of zigzag marking down the mirror. That has not been cleaned in a very long time. Furrier than my dog. As we say in Wales, a chyfi. You can just see it. If I was more intrepid, I would run my finger, or at least a bit of maybe toilet roll, a bit of tissue across that just to see how dirty it is. Right, well, at least we've got a kettle. Let's look out the window and my God. Okay. Right. It's a toilet. It's not even outside. This is the corridor. There's, you know, there's room 104. I'm in 105. That's room 104. So my view out of the hotel window is of the hotel. And a toilet. This hotel's freaking weird. Little rips and what's going on there, like? Let's test out the bed anyway. I haven't sat on the bed yet. Bed feels soft. Bed feels soft enough. The pillows are really heavy. Wow. Ugh. It's like a strain to pick up with one hand. They're firm. That's a lot of pillow. I prefer a lot of pillow than not enough pillow. There's some brown stains on there. I don't do brown stains. That's staying on there tonight. Just going for a wander around the block. It's pretty windy. Can't tell at the minute, we're in a bit of a lull. But it is windy. Just having a little explore, see what's around. I don't think it's a hell of a lot, to be honest. Got the city in the background. Big buildings. Can't make out what it is though. So I think I'll just pick a direction. I'll just interweave streets, kind of residential, and then pubs and restaurants and things like that. A couple of nail bars. Local graffiti, be inspired. Alright, it's just after 8. The morning after. The feedback on the room isn't going to be great, I don't think. This is not one I'm going to be coming back to. Not unless this refurbishment that they're talking about takes place and is stunning. All I need, just a basic thing, all I need is for them to clean the room properly. And they haven't. All they've done is they've come in, they've possibly cleaned the sink, they've changed the bed sheets. They haven't cleaned the room. That picture hasn't been cleaned for months probably, and that radiator, we're talking months and months. That's just a horrible mess. It was cold last night. That radiator doesn't work, and the hot water in the sink doesn't work either. The shower was hot. The shower, almost to compensate, was almost too hot. A big bouncy surface in the shower as well. Bit of a bounce. So this is such a strange room, because when I don't have my glasses on and everything goes just that extra little bit blurry, it actually looks a nice room. Like sitting here now, I can see the mirror, I can see that picture frame I was talking about, and it seems fine. But then it's very odd. So what did I pay for? I paid £58 for this, and yeah, probably, like, when you pay 30 odd quid for a room and it's bad, you kind of shrug it off. You kind of think you get what you pay for. But for 58 quid, I think I've stayed in some really decent places. I think the Zedwell was less than that, I think, or certainly on par, and that was far superior. And I'm saying with the Z Hotel as well, all about a par, because it comes to a point where, because of the state of that fridge, I haven't touched it. No reason to touch it. Well, actually, I do have a bottle of squash, which would have been nicer cold, but I'm not touching that. Like, even the TV's massive. I don't really watch the telly, but it's on right now, so I'm looking at the news, I'm looking at the weather, and for it to signal that it's on, apart from obviously there being a picture, there's a flashing blue light in the corner. Like, why is that cool? You're watching the telly and you're distracted by this blue flashing light. It's just so many weird things. I noticed there's a toaster and a microwave in reception. Can I use that? I don't know. What I will say though is nobody's cracking the Wi-Fi password. I've got that locked down. So no, I don't want to stay here again. Plenty of other places that can wreck me mentally for less than 58 quid. Oh yeah, and this thing as well. Look at that moving around. I'm not switching that on. Absolutely stinks. Through no fault of my own, through no cause of my own. Absolutely stinks. That is my room. is next door, who I just met. And there's the toilet. Wow. Huh. And there's the street. Huh. What a strange place. So there it is, the Chester Hotel. Weirdly, the doors on the outside are cleaner than the doors on the inside. So yes, not recommended. It's like sweets, isn't it? Why can't they do those kind of flourishes inside? What do you think? A nicer hotel than the one I've just been in? Yeah, probably. So yeah, never been to this side of Victoria. I can see the Apollo Victoria just in the distance there with Wicked on the on the right hand side. No idea what this is gonna be. It's quite a construct. Oh, almost got hit by a pigeon. You know what? I'm gonna treat myself. I think I'm gonna treat myself to some porridge. I think I need a big day ahead, long day. Got my porridge. Never seen it. I'd watch it. For free, like, I'm not paying. So just arrived in Wapping, off the tube, around the corner, heading towards the venue. Almost has a bit of a village feel. Independent stores. Obviously residential down there. Vehicles mounting the pavement, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, here's the event. It's not a bad little venue. Next to a canal. There's obviously some ships. The decoration. I think there's stuff inside as well, you know, statues and busts and things. Not a bad little spot. There's a guy dressed entirely in orange. And there's a guy wearing a top hat. Games industry, everyone. Here you go. Fresh from Trafalgar Square. So, Thunderfall and Coke Sink. Got Curve. Let's do a quick lap. So Fire Shine, so this is where we are. Devolver. Inscription is supposed to be very good. I've had a little look at Tractor Yumi, and that looks okay too. But they've just announced that they're making, with Ron Gilbert, the new Monkey Island, so I am absolutely best friends with Devolver currently. Good Shepherd and Team 17 down there on the left. Good Shepherd just here.
Oh my! Why couldn't we be
Bit of merchandise on the right. So I think this is the Sega bit. So we got 2 Point Campus, Football Manager, and so on. This is where, if you're interested in a career into video games, you can come in, and there are little talks, so you can ask questions and so on and so on. That is the theatre in which talks are open to everybody. Industry professionals talk about their careers. And there's just some kids. Okay, this is the tabletop and chill out zone. Might not be set up yet, but board games and beanbags and things in here. not fully set up yet, but we'll go around in a couple of hours. You can see how much it fills up. It's kind of nice to be able to come around when it's quiet, actually. You can see everything a little bit better. Oh, bit of a slope there. Something I noticed yesterday is bloody bao buns, so I'm pretty stoked about that. So these are the few food eateries that we've got here. This is the big indie zone. There's probably about 50 or so games in there. Again, we can wander around later. And as far as this end goes, that's kind of it. Ahead and to the right is the bar, so that's where most of the industry kind of hang out and have a chat and mingle and network and so on and so on. There is a what is over there? This is a spin-off. I can't think what it is at the minute. Tiny Tina's. I can't think what it's a spin-off of. It's either Fortnite or Borderlands. I can't remember. But that has a room to itself as well. And that is pretty much it. This event is a new event, and as such, I think it's taking baby steps. So it's not as full as some of the previous RESD events that have taken place here have been. They're not taking advantage of the ground floor or the lower level. It's just this top floor, which is okay, I think. We're still in a pandemic, or getting over a pandemic, and I think, like I said, it's a new company, so I think baby steps are quite nice. It's really good to be a part of it. I love events because I think if you can be part of an event as a to promote your game, you absolutely should be. What's the worst that can happen? You get a bit tired, I suppose the worst that can happen now is you get COVID, so that is legit. But I don't know, everybody seems so far that we don't have to wear masks anymore, but plenty of people still are. Every station has antibacterial wipes and hand sanitizer. Expo food, pulled pork hot dog, eating it off the ground. Also had Cajun fries, which were a delight. Two statues, one of a bear, giving it large. Check out all this work I've been doing on my chest, tensing it up. And another one in which a kid is staring down a tiger who's about to slap him in the face. Statues. There you go. A little bit busier. So it's not crazy busy. It's actually kind of pleasantly busy. Looks like every seat is taken up, so people are playing games. Nobody's shoulder to shoulder. People can have conversations. Yeah, relaxed.
We just put it out at 3, but everyone thought that.
There you go. Well, say goodbye to Tobacco Dock. A work emergency. Yeah, I have to go back into the office. It's not so bad, it's like 3 o'clock or whatever, so I've had a good stint. One thing I wish though, I wish I could walk. I wish I could have walked down by the canal on that path. I'm sure that led somewhere. Looks like a decent walk. I've been asked before about any tips when in London and things to look out for. I think the thing I always say is look up. You never know what you're going to see. You know, see statues and busts. And I'm sure there's gargoyles up there, but have a look up. I've got so much time I could even have a sit down and do the outro to you guys. So yeah, just found this little stretch of grass opposite Victoria Station. I'm assuming it's probably called something like Victoria Gardens. I don't even know. But you know, got some art there, some finger work there. But yeah, let's wrap it up. So the hotel itself was rough, right? It was called the Chester Hotel in Victoria, so not a million miles away from where I'm sat here. Quite possibly the dirtiest hotel I've stayed in so far. It was grimy. There was no attention to the cleaning. So it's overall just kind of yucky. Achavi. And so as far as activities and things and walks, we went for a walk around. Well, I showed you some of Victoria, and I showed you some of Wapping, and I showed you quite a bit of the expo, the WASD, WASD, expo. So now that ties into the stuff. We did some stuff. We went to an expo. We looked at some things. Very quiet expo. I think we have to kind of cut them some slack because of the pandemic, and this is a new event as well. So just baby steps. I think it'd be interesting to see what the feedback is as far as, you know, from a work point of view. It's fine, you know, the games were always being played and people were being really positive and people are coming in to specifically see our games, which is awesome. But unfortunately I had to leave early because, you know, work, priorities and things. So I needed to press some buttons on PlayStation back end and send a message to Nintendo because that's my job. But that's okay, I saw what I needed to see. I saw some friends. I did see Bagley finally. I bumped into Bagley. I haven't seen him for many a year. That was cool. And bumped into my old pal Donald from Northern Ireland as well. So that's what I like about these events. You see people you haven't seen for ages. That's it. Yeah, going home. Let's see the dog, right? Let's see the wife. She's not very well. Hopefully she's feeling better. I kind of gave her my cold from last week. Yeah. Alright, cool. Let's get going. Let's put the bag on my back. Let's observe that weird building with sort of shells on it, and let's go this way. Alright, take care everyone, have a good week. I'm back here in 3 days. Yeah, back again, and then I'm off for a bit, off for a week. See ya, bye.